Why is it that the highest earners in the digital space never seem to be the ones aggressively marketing themselves, cold pitching, or endlessly begging for clients? What do they know that the average freelancer, creator, or entrepreneur doesn't? Why do they seem to attract clients and opportunities effortlessly, almost like wealth just gravitates toward them? This mystery has puzzled many for years. But once you understand the mechanics behind it, you'll realize that high earners operate by a different law. A law built not on hustle or desperation, but on value, skill, and strategic positioning. Let's unpack this quietly powerful truth. The highest earners don't chase clients because they've built something far more compelling than a cold pitch. They've developed valuable skills. They've built reputations around delivering real results, and they've positioned themselves in such a way that clients come to them, not the other way around. And the moment you adopt this mindset and approach, your income stops being tied to how loud you are or how much you chase. It starts being tied to how good you are and how effectively you serve. But here's the first thing that might surprise you. Most people are taught to hustle for clients before they've even built anything worth buying. They spend time creating clever bios, joining every online marketplace, messaging strangers, and tweaking prices, without asking the most important question: what value am I truly offering? High earners ask this question first, and they build from there. They understand that the digital economy doesn't reward noise. It rewards substance. The digital world is flooded with offers. Everyone's selling something. What cuts through the noise isn't a louder voice. It's a clearer impact. Think about the people you follow, respect, and maybe even buy from. What drew you to them? Was it a cold pitch? Or was it their ability to help you solve a problem, teach you something, or make your life easier? Chances are you were drawn in by value, not marketing tactics. That's what high earners leverage. They don't build funnels to trap people. They build bridges that help people. And that difference makes all the difference. Take this even further. High earners are specialists, not generalists. They've taken the time to go deep into a valuable skill: copywriting, web development, SEO, email strategy, design, UX, coding, financial consulting, video editing, and they've honed it to a point where their work speaks for itself. They're not trying to do everything for everyone. They've mastered one thing, and they've become known for it. When you become known for something specific and valuable, people talk about you, they refer you, they seek you out. You don't need to chase because the market already knows what you offer and trusts you to deliver it well. Let's talk data. According to freelancing platform reports, the top 10% of earners often work fewer hours, have fewer clients, and charge significantly more, sometimes 10x or 20x the average rate. Why? Because they've built leverage. And that leverage is not just technical skill, it's reputation, results, and clarity. They're not spending their days looking for work. They're spending their days doing work that gets noticed because they've built a presence, a portfolio, and a proof system. And here's something rarely talked about. Clients don't want to be chased. They want to feel like they're choosing someone who is in demand. When you're constantly pitching, discounting, and pushing, you communicate a lack of demand. You say, I need you more than you need me. But when you focus on building skills, publishing valuable content, creating results, and sharing those results, you flip the dynamic. You say, here's the transformation I can deliver. If it's the right fit, let's talk. That posture is attractive. It creates desire. It creates demand. There's a psychology behind it. Humans are wired to value what seems scarce and proven. When you appear to be busy, focused, and selective, people perceive your work as more valuable. And in the digital space, perception is powerful, but it can't be faked. You can't just pretend to be in demand. You have to do the work. That's why skill is step one. Not branding, not marketing. Skill. Skill is the magnet. It's the one thing that will keep pulling in opportunities long after you've stopped chasing. But here's the twist. Skill alone isn't enough. You need to show it, document it, package it, share it in a way that demonstrates how it solves problems. The highest earners aren't necessarily the most skilled. They're the ones who are best at showing how their skill delivers value. They write case studies, they publish tutorials, they break down problems and explain solutions. They share client wins, they educate their audience, they make their expertise visible, not to brag, but to build trust. And when you do this consistently, you create a magnetic pull that replaces the need for outreach. Another reason high earners don't chase clients? They build systems. They understand that time is their most precious resource, so they use automation, content, and frameworks to do the talking for them. While others are manually messaging prospects, they're publishing a blog post that ranks in Google for months. While others are cold pitching, they're getting inbound emails from people who read their newsletter, watched their webinar, or saw their work on someone else's profile. Systems create scalability. They allow you to multiply your value without multiplying your effort. And this is why high earners earn more by doing less, but doing it smarter. One powerful example is the consultant who publishes a single, in-depth guide that ranks on Google. That guide drives traffic. That traffic leads to email signups. Those emails build trust. And when those people are ready to buy, they reach out, not because they were pitched, but because they were helped. This system can run indefinitely. One piece of value multiplied by visibility equals wealth. Quiet, scalable, sustainable wealth. Let's not forget referrals. High earners know that the best marketing is done by happy clients, so they obsess over delivering not just good work, but transformative experiences. They over-deliver, follow through, and communicate clearly. They understand that every client is not just a paycheck, it's a potential gateway to 5 more. And when you treat clients this way, they become advocates. They talk, they refer, they promote. And this word of mouth becomes your engine of income. But perhaps the most fascinating reason high earners don't chase clients is this. They've shifted from service providers to problem solvers. They don't sell hours, they sell outcomes. They understand that clients don't actually want to buy time, they want to buy results. The freelancer says, "I'll work 10 hours a week on this." The expert says, "Here's how I'll help you increase your revenue by 30%. Guess who gets paid more? Guess who gets chosen first? The one who speaks in outcomes, not inputs. This shift in thinking changes everything. When you become the person who solves expensive problems, you stop needing to justify your rate. Clients will pay you because they understand what they're getting. They're not buying your time, they're buying clarity, growth, speed, and success. And those are always in demand. Now here's the part that ties it all together. High earners never stop learning. They know that the more skills they acquire, the more leverage they build. They learn copywriting, sales psychology, systems thinking, marketing, communication, automation, and negotiation. Not all at once, but strategically over time. They invest in themselves because they know that every skill they master makes them more valuable. And value attracts income like gravity. So if you're still chasing clients, it's not your fault. That's what most people are taught to do. But if you want to elevate to the next level, if you want to stop hustling for scraps and start attracting premium opportunities, you need to make the shift from chasing to attracting, from generalist to specialist, from service provider to problem solver, from time seller to outcome deliverer. Learn valuable skills, go deep, get great, then make your value visible, build proof, create systems, help first, share generously, document your work, publish your thinking, and let the market come to you. Because once you do this, you'll realize something powerful. Clients aren't rare. Opportunities aren't scarce. Wealth isn't reserved for the chosen few. They're just reserved for those who stop chasing and start building. You don't need to scream for attention. You need to become undeniable. You don't need to pitch every day. You need to create value that speaks louder than words. You don't need to convince people. You need to be the one they're already looking for. This is why high earners never chase clients. They don't need to. Their work, their skills, and their value do the chasing for them. And when you choose to walk this path, you stop being a seeker and start becoming a magnet. For clients, for income, for digital wealth, effortlessly. One other important to remember is that you don't have to burn yourself out to build wealth. Money will naturally flow to you when you create real value for others while honoring your own energy and well-being. In the fast-paced digital world, it's easy to believe that working non-stop is the only way to succeed. But true, lasting wealth comes from working smart, not just hard. When you show up consistently with value, solving problems, sharing knowledge, creating content, building tools, or offering services that genuinely help others, you become a magnet for opportunities, clients, and income. But the secret is doing it from a place of balance and sustainability, not stress and exhaustion. Your creativity thrives when you're rested. Your clarity improves when you slow down, and your ability to serve grows when you're taking care of yourself first. Burnout drains your passion, your drive, and your joy, the very things that attract success in the first place. So instead of pushing beyond your limits, find your rhythm. Build a routine that gives you time to rest, reflect, and recharge. Focus on what matters most, eliminate distractions, and trust that as you provide value to others, the right people, the right income, and the right growth will find you. You don't have to hustle endlessly to earn. You simply have to stay aligned, be intentional, and take care of your inner world as you build your digital empire. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video if you found it helpful. And subscribe to this channel to continue learning how to create real value for others without burning yourself out, whilst building authentic digital wealth and growth with purpose. Also, turn on the bell notification so you're always the first to be notified whenever a new video is uploaded here. See you in our other videos.